So guys, this is the 5th of November. This is Wednesday. So the time I'm making this video, I think this is around 3:15 a.m. That's Nigerian time. So this is 3:15 a.m. Nigerian time, Wednesday. So I said I was going to make a follow-up on the market review, which I dropped on Monday, I think Sunday, Monday. That's prior to the week opening. I dropped I did a review and also framed out the bias where I would like to see price reach for. So where I would like to see price reach for. So which is what I'm trying to show to you guys. So this is more like an update on that particular price action. So we could see this. Okay, let me just explain from the daily time frame charts how price been coming down. So I've been calling for this price since last week. Yeah, since last week, I think from 27th, 29th. So of last month, October. So I've been calling for these levels here. I made mention of how I would like to see price treat this daily volume imbalance and also this new week opening gap. This was the major draw which I called out for. I told you guys that I'd like to see price reach for reach into or trade into this particular level here. So I don't know if we tend to want to keep coming down or maybe do a reversal to the upside or continue for maybe all-time highs or more highs. But for now, we've gotten to the levels which are that's the correction levels which have been calling out since last week or last month, October. So we'll see into the new week opening gap, met into here as well. So treat this level as well. So you could see from the daily time frame charts, this Thursday, 30th October, you can see this particular week here. Measuring this out, you have your placing your fib on this. So you can see how, pay attention to this, how price respected what the consequent encroachment level, that's the CE or the midpoints of this particular week. You can see how it respected what the midpoint of that particular week, then started what pushing for what lower prices. So that was more like a strong or clear indication that okay, they are going to um, start making the full turn from this level here, as far as there was no body closure above this midpoint of this week. So you can see respecting what the CE of the consequent encroachment level of this part of this Thursday 30th October, the week of this particular daily candle, respecting the consequent encroachment level, then start booking price to the lows here. And you can see how Tuesday, which was yesterday, you could see how it ran into this new week opening gap, which I've been calling out for. I actually made a video on this early this week. I told you guys I would like to see price draw into this level. This was my draw on liquidity. What I mean by drawn liquidity means where price is likely to draw to tend to to take out liquidity or to tend to tend to fill. So price has two things it does. Either it takes out either it's coming out to take out either buy side or sell side. This could be your external liquidities whatsoever. Could either be buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity, previous daily lows, previous weekly lows, or previous weekly high, previous um, daily highs, or is doing what? Filling up what imbalances. The imbalances could either be your new daily gap, new daily opening gap, daily opening gaps, liquidity voids, um, range opening, your RTH gap, and so on and so forth. So those are examples of and daily volume imbalances as well too. So those are examples of what of imbalances. Those are gaps. As well, so you have your BC, you have your CB. That's your buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, your sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. So those are levels price tend to reach for to take what to take out liquidity. So I made mention of either from external to internal range liquidity, for either to internal range liquidity to your external range liquidity. So looking at this now, which was what we see, you could see how price trading towards from Tuesday, from the beginning towards straight into what into that new week opening gap, which I've been calling out for since last month or last week rather. So going down straight down to the 15-minute time frame chart. So I want this video to be very, very short. So uh see, respecting what the midpoint of what of that daily week, the midpoint of that daily week. This is the consequent encroachment level as the midpoint. Respecting it, and then what start trading was lower, and you can see uh trade lower. This was Monday's high. Took out what buy side liquidity here. You can see this one here. You see, okay. You can see how they push how um price made higher, lower lower, then what wicked through what into this previous this is a previous daily daily opening gap, I guess. Yeah, if you use the indicator, the Lux Algo session New York for okay, not that. If you use the NWG, NDOG by Kryptonite, you can use this particular indicator to actually just mark out all these levels automatically. You can see this particular new week opening gap. Let me show it to you properly. You can see it very well. So you can see price was manipulated towards what this previous this new day opening gap, which was found on the 28th of October, into this new day opening gap, and then what wicked down towards this level here, and then we could see what uh another daily opening gap, a new day opening gap, which was from Monday for the daily opening gap starts from what a daily opening gap starts from what either 4:59, or depending on how the time frame you're using. If you're using like 15-minute time frame, you will see 4 4:45 p.m. But if you're using like 1 minute time frame, you might see something as 4:59 p.m. So it's from 4:59 p.m. to what to 6 p.m. That's where you have your um daily opening gap. That's more like saying we are now into the following day when it comes to the New York session or trading this particular market. You could see Monday 4:45 candle, and then for the beginning of this Monday 6 p.m. So this little gap in between here signifies what, showing you what a new day opening gap for what for Tuesday. New day opening gap for Tuesday. And you can see price was rapidly what moved away from this level. You could see this is a new week opening gap for this particular week, which we're in. That's from the 31st to what to Sunday of Sunday 2nd of November. You can see this gap here. So they flipped this new week opening gap, using it as a form of what resistance to push price down to the downside. this is the recent was new week opening gap. You could see the difference between this particular new week opening gap and this major one we've been calling. What's the difference? If you take notes, what's the difference? The difference is what is how wide they are. This one is compared to this particular one here. So if this man is much more wider than this one, so which will be our major focus? Which one we act as what as a strong pull is going to be what this wide one, this wider one here. You can see this is a previous new week opening gap, which is this level here, and compared to this recent new week opening gap here. So they use this as what as a resistance, as flipped this man here as a resistance level towards push price towards what to the downside, meeting our objective. And take notes this week. This is the first week of the new month, which is for November. We have what we have the non-farm payroll, which is around which is Thursday, Friday. So Thursday, Friday we have the non-farm payroll. So another was for the NFP. It's also the same thing as NFP. So another was for it is also so the NFP is actually more like those particular days of the week or events, days events, whereby if you're not like very, if you're not well, if you're not a professional in this particular kind of market or when it comes to trading, it's a particular day where it's a particular event or it's a particular day, market day where you tend to just always advisable to just tend to just skip that particular day or you trade after the news release because we tend to have this kind of like very volatile or spike in the market. So depends on you. Depends. So like I said, non-farm payroll, not for professionals. That's the NFP. So moving forward into Wednesday, we've been seeing price has been very bearish, traded away from away from this new week opening gap and towards what to the downside. So is it going to continue coming down to the lows? We don't know yet. But now I have no clear reading of the market. I have no clear reading of the market for this particular because it has met my objective for the week. So when it comes to trading, you always need to make sure you have, even if it is one particular objective, even if it's one particular clear objective you have for that particular week, or a trade idea you have for that particular week, it is fine, and you tend to when the market tends to give you that opportunity to trade it, make sure you partake in it. But for now, we've met with we've reached our target, which was this. This is my weekly objective for the week, which I've been calling since last week. Called various level. I called the daily volume imbalance, 4 hours, BC, and so on and so forth. So if you check the previous videos, you will see how I've been highlighting these levels and how price has been delivering back to back. So moving forward, I have no clarity if markets will tend to want to be bearish continuously or we might tend to see price move or might tend to see bullish prices. But there are some factors that will need to be in place. I will need to see or that I will need to see present in the market before I tend to want to be bullish. And even if I want to be bullish, where are the levels I want to see price reach for? So these are how to get frame up like ideas or speculate. So if I would want to be bullish, why and where would I want to see price um, reach for? So first of all, I want to see this is the new week opening. This is the new day opening gap, which was formed inside this inside this previous new week opening gap. So this new day opening gap, this is the new day opening gap for Wednesday, which is today. So we started from Tuesday 4:45. If you're using the 15 minutes time frame chart, like I said, so between 4:45 p.m. to 6 p.m. So this particular new day opening gap, I'll prefer or I want to say price trade into this level if we are to be bullish. More like let's say present a setup to want to be bullish maybe below here. I don't know how low this man might go. It might continue coming downside. But I'm just trying to just tell you if I'll but I still believe the market is still in a bullish trend. Um, Still in a bullish trend. I still believe, except it proves otherwise, but I still believe it's still in a bullish trend. So, if the market trend would tend to want to go higher, where are the levels I want to see price reach for? These are levels there, and also, if you pay attention to the RTH, the regular trading hours. If you look at the regular trading hours for between, I think between Monday, I hope you all can see this. If I should remove, let me move this. So look at this now. For the E-mini Nasdaq, which is same thing as your US 100 as well. So if you look at this, we have the this gap in between from year to year. There's a gap between year to year, which I feel or believe that it has not it has not been properly filled yet. So I would highlight this as this. If you look at this now, this is for Monday and this is for Tuesday. This is for Monday and that's for Tuesday. Watch. Monday, Tuesday, right? So the opening for, since it's a bullish candle, the opening here and this is the closing. So we start from the closing of that previous day to the opening of this Tuesday, which is this man here. So these are my real regular trading hour. This is the part, this is the gap for the regular trading hour here. So pay attention to this level here. So let me use this highlight it. So this is me just trying to just run my analysis, like levels I want to see price reach for in the future. What I say in the future, it could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be whenever. But if price is to be bullish, or if I tend to want to, let's say I tend to find a bullish setup or whatever, these are levels that are obvious for me that I want to see price, or that makes sense for me that I want to see price reach for or deliver into. So it's just very simple. I have to make it, you have to make it very, very simple. It has to be very, very simple. So if I say extend to right, so you can see this is the midpoint of what of that real-time trading or regular trading hour. The midpoint was not what it was not traded into. So you can see if I go to as low as what as 5 minutes. So on the long run, on the long run, this is the level or this is where I want to see price reach for if we are to be bullish. If we tend to find bullish setups or bullish opportunities, I want to see price trade into this level to properly come and what to properly come and fill this gap. Now, this is me just calling it out for you now, live and direct. So I want to see price come to fill at least the midpoint of this level here, taking out what this buy side liquidity here. Or if I go to as low as the 1 minute, you can see we have this two this relative highs here. This 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 two levels here. That's what I mean by two levels here. And this. So this. So we have relative highs here or relative buy side liquidity. This is how I'm going to like frame it up. So we have this relative buy side liquidity here and what the midpoint of what of this Tuesday regular trading hour, the consequent encouragement level of this. So I want to see price reach for this level to take out what. So this is if we tend to what be bullish, if we tend to what be bullish, uh I'm not expecting to just see price just run straight up to towards these levels which I outlined here. But I want to see these levels get filled up. Like I said, the regular the relative equal highs, which is resting above here, the midpoint, that's the consequent encroachment level of of the regular trading hour. You could as well go to the upper quadrant as well too. So we don't know, but I want to see this price get filled up. So this is it. So you can mark this out on your charts. You can mark it out on your trading on your chart and moving forward. So you could just highlight it just exactly the way I just did it. So you have this down. So going back to the electronic trading hour, so you can now see this. So I'm not expecting price to just, I'm not expecting to just see price run aggressively into this level here. It's going to more like have some more like go through some resistance and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. So going to go through those resistance, trying to break through them and see if it's going to be able to uh maybe penetrate it. Like we have resistance like this new day opening gap. So price can actually do something like this. Let's say if it's going to be bullish, let's say it could actually do something like this. Trade into this new day opening gap. This is new day opening gap here for Wednesday. Maybe trade into this new day opening gap and then reject the downside. And maybe reject towards the downside and then keep going higher. Or you could just react react with this new day opening gap and then maybe start coming down to the downside. So these are the levels I want to see. Uh, these are levels that would more like act as what as a resistance to uh against this particular idea, the this particular idea which I framed out, the RTH consequent encroachment level, which I framed out. So if we tend to see bullish prices, where I would like to see price reach for, where before start looking for opportunities to want to trade into what into this midpoint, is if price is able to fill up. Okay, let me highlight it. If price is able to flip the new day opening gap, so this is new day opening gap. So if price is able to flip this new day opening gap, new day opening gap and hold strong above this midpoint, above the midpoint of this new week opening gap, then I'll be more confident to want to trade into what into relative buys, relative highs, and also the midpoint of what of this or the consequent encroachment level of this RTH gap. Let me rephrase again. I would like to. I'll prefer to see price more like go through the whole ups and downs or struggle of what's trying to break through this new daily opening gap first. That is most likely to act as what as a resistance. As far as price is trading, still trading below this below this the midpoint of this new week opening gap in general, just below this the midpoint of this new week opening gap, it is high resistance. But when we see a body closure, if a solid body closure above what forming above what the the midpoints, what I mean is this, let's say something like this, flip this new day opening gap, flips it, and but like we start having a solid body closure above the midpoint of this new week opening gap here. We start seeing a body closure, solid body closure above this new, above the consequent encroachment level or the midpoint of this new week opening gap. Then I'll most likely be confident to want to look for entries or setup to towards what towards these levels here, which I outlined. So make sure you mark it out on your charts. We have relative highs. If it's going to deliver, we have this relative highs, and we have the midpoint of the consequence of this consequent encroachment level. Hoping it delivers it. So this is the trade idea. This is the idea that makes sense to me being bullish. But anything to the downside, I'm not sure I have anything I can see there. There's nothing clear for me there, except maybe present something clearer. later on. But as of the time I'm making this video, for now, nothing very clear for me to the downside. Maybe later on, uh, we might see something clear. So we want to see something as this solid body closure at the midpoint, not just above flipping the new day opening gap. The new day opening gap will be like confirmation number one, and then I want to see solid body closure above was the midpoint of this new week opening gap. Then I can now start looking for opportunities to want to trade into what into this RTH. We have solid buy side liquidity. I believe it should run. I believe it should run. I don't know, but we don't know yet. It's more like speculation, just like predicting what we'd like to see, or just me just dropping my own analysis. You can as well do your own. Do you have your own idea? You're also free to have a different opinion of the market as well too. That's how you tend to learn faster. Cause, but if you tend to follow up with what I've been dropping, I believe you learn very much, and you learn very very much. I've learned faster, way fast, faster, following up with how I tend to do my breakdown and step down analysis, and from how I go from the higher time frame to as low as was to as low as the 1 minute, from the daily time frame to as low as the 1 minute time frame chart. So I think this will be all for now. Trying to see if we would start trading. I think we're likely to start a live trading session. Yeah, likely to start a live trading session. So I want to see how it's going to. I just want to see how the experience is going to be like trading in front of, uh, trading publicly, like taking live trades and so on and so forth. So it's not going to be. It's not going to. I know it's not going to be the same as you trading alone in your own space and privacy and whatsoever. But let's just see. Let's just say it's going to be. So make sure you're part of it. Make sure you tend to you seize the opportunity as well. So you could as well make sure you have your account prepared. Uh, you could start with personal accounts, or you could if you can afford to get a prop firm account, which I can advise as well to, you can as well go with that. Prop firm accounts which I may recommend is FTMO, Funding Pips, Funded Nest, Alpha Funded, or Alpha Future, Alpha Capital, also Alpha Capital rather. So yeah, those major ones, 5%ers, those ones are the ones I like most likely recommend. So for those who would be joining me in the live session. So moving forward. So that's that for now. So see you guys later on. Take care. Bye.